Alright, so I'm going to show you guys what may or may not be different. I don't know, as I have not been on live to test since I've been playing the beta. So at 50 points of strength, you've got plus 5 light attack damage, plus 10% mining speed. 50 points, 10 encumbrance, 10% light attack damage, plus 25, plus 25 encumbrance. At 100 points, 50 physical damage, 50 encumbrance. At 150, you've got plus 15 stamina regen, and then minus 10% to minus, items. Plus 10% add damage to stunned, slowed, or rooted enemies. At 200, at 250, strength, 33 regen. Stamina regen while performing basic melee attacks. At 300, you got plus 7% base damage while under 90% health. Same as live. Off the top of my head. Plus 10% base damage increases to abilities of final light attacks. Animated light attack chain. That's at 350. Moving on to Dex, you've got 5% crit damage, 10% mining speed at 25. At 50, plus 5% damage while at full health. Plus 5% base damage while stamina is not full. At 100, plus 15% damage to dots damage over time. And then minus 10% weight of skinned items. At 200, you've got plus 10% backstab and headshot damage, plus 20 to skinning. Plus 10 empowerment for 3 seconds after successfully dodging an attack at 250. Weapon swapping will cleanse all stun, root, and CC effects with a 30-second cooldown. You're also gaining 20% haste for 5 seconds after killing enemy or prey. Effect removed when hit gets taken. At 350 Dex, plus 15% crit damage while empowered. Int, aka Intellect, 5% damage to increase backstabs and random crit hits. Plus 10% harvesting speed. Plus 5% base damage to increases targets inflicted with damage over time, aka dot effects. Plus 10% base damage to light and heavy elemental attacks at 100. 150 int. Plus 10 elemental damage, minus 10% to waste harvested items. 200 plus 10% mana regen on crit. Plus 30% duration to damage over time effects at 250. At 300, plus 7% damage to targets below 50% health. At 350, plus 10% ability damage, plus 10% chance of finding rare items while harvesting. And for our focus, our healers, 5% at 25, you got a plus 25% ability cooldown reduction. 50 focus, 10% incoming healing, plus 30% fish and casting distance, plus more at 100 points, 20% mana regenerate, and the increased max mana by 20% of the base value, plus 50 encumbrance. 150 focus, 20% outgoing damage effectiveness. 200 focus, 20% buff duration, 50% chance to catch larger fish. Kills and group kills grant stacks of blessed and increasing outgoing healing effectiveness by 1% per stack for 20 seconds. Personal kills grant 2 stacks. Group AI kills grant 1 stack, max 15 stacks. At 300, grant 20% 45 for 10 seconds when healing allies while your mana is at or above 50% health, 60% cooldown, plus 10% cooldown reduction for in fast travel. Reduce at 350. Reduce all ability cooldowns by 20% for their max durations upon activating a heart rune ability. And then plus 10% finding rare items while fishing. And finally, for our overall health, aka Constitution, all health consumables are 10% stronger at 25. Plus 10% physical armor when at or above 50% health at 50 points. At 100 points, we gain increased health by 10% of your base value and plus 50 encumbrance. At 150, minus 10% crit damage taken. And minus 10% of logging items. 200 points of Constitution, 10% increase to physical and elemental armor, plus 20% logging speed. 20% logging speed. At 250 Constitution, 60% base damage reduction when full health, 30-second cooldown, plus a 10% yield increase when logging. At 300 points of Constitution, gain grit when charging and performing heavy attacks, plus 25% chance to drop down a tree in a single swing. At 300, yet again that is 300. At 350 Constitution points invested, 10% base damage reduction while you have active grit, and then a plus 10% chance to finding rare items while logging. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Later, boys. Goodbye.